but this is the documentary. Now, um, suicide. Now, I don't know if my social media is going to be flagged by this. There's been an incline of offing themselves and or taking themselves out, and it's a lot of it has to do with social media. A lot of it. Now with my documentary, screenshot every fucking thing, because people will twist your words, people will delete it. So my goal with the screenshot is to prove that the nasty behaviors. Um, it's bullying. It's just still the same thing like at school. Whatever you meanwhile, whatever thing I'm posting on social media, I am, what's that word? Um, I'm being considerate of children and teenagers on social media. So whenever I comment on something, I'm hope if a child or a teenager sees my comment, they'll understand it. The afterlife. People who have off themselves still here. They still have a voice, and they still carry that hate, anger with them on the other side. For somebody like me, who is spiritual, who don't believe in Jesus, that energy gets around me. For the longest time, I kept thinking, what is it? Why do they do that? Why do people come to me? And it was, my ancestors told me, because I follow something that is lost. And I should protect it. And I am protecting it. I'm not supposed to be here, and I don't want to be here. And I had tried to off myself in elementary school. It was the first time I tried. And that experience was why I'm still here today. So the first time I tried it, I was in 5th grade. I just didn't want the pain anymore. And so my parents went, and I planned it out. So when my parents end up leaving to San Diego, because my dad is an elder, and if you're an elder, you have your duties to provide, to fulfill in your tribal. You must go to tribal hall meetings, and that's where my dad was going. So when they go to San Diego, they go early in the morning, and they usually stay most of the day up there. So when they left, I decided I'm going to just ransack the pill cupboard and just take as many pills as I can. And I did. And then I remember when I did, I remember we had like an exercise bike. So I was like exercising, running around, running in circles. And I remember feeling something like in my head on where I want to go. Why am I doing this? I don't want to be here. I just want to be gone. I don't want the pain anymore. And I remember just spinning around, and then I collapsed on the floor. Last thing I know, my heart is racing, my stomach hurts, and I wake up just throwing up. I wake up throwing up in pain, and just remember not even just mad. I remember mad. Very pissed that I didn't do it right. I was so pissed I was still alive. I was so pissed. I'm like, I didn't take enough. But that whole experience, what I did, made me want to do it again. But this time, I had to think, how am I going to, maybe I didn't take enough pills. And then when I got into middle school, I got introduced to cutting. First, it was pencils and sharp little, yeah, it was pencils and pins first. And it was on the wrist and the arm, the hand, the back of the hand. And whatever, or the rubber band. It was a rubber band on your wrist, and you just do that too. Then one of my friends, she was cutting herself, and I'm like, why do you do that? What was the point? And I understood the rubber band thing and the pin thing, and it did something. It did something. I just didn't know what it was. And then my friend was cutting herself, and I asked her why she do it, and she just said she felt more alive. And I'm like, really? Like, how is that? Because the band-aid, the rubber band and the pin thing that I was doing and the wrist thing was me. I felt like I was numb, but it was making me feel more number. So then when I followed what my friend was doing, cutting herself, I ended up cutting myself too, but I took it a step further. I think she did it with razor blades, and I just did it with like steak knives. I just did it with any knives, any kitchen knives I did it with. Um, and at first the slices were small. They were slivers. But then, like, I can't even see on my tattoo, like, you can't even see anything, any of the scars. But on this one, you can see. Let's see, maybe on that. You can see some of them. There, and you can touch them, but I mean, they're there. And the the major one that I did, I cut my arm. Yeah, the last major time I cut my arm, junior year or senior year. I want to say senior year it was. And remind you, I was married in high school, and I hid a lot of things from my first husband, Frank. Now I don't I'm pretty sure Frank doesn't remember that cut that I did. Um and as sad as it was, but even when I was with Frank and I was married with Frank, I didn't want to live long, and I still wanted to die. But it wasn't because of him. But then for whatever reason, and I didn't want kids. I didn't want kids. Like with him, I didn't want kids at the time, and I didn't want kids with him. I think it was just the fact that I didn't understand. that bullying part in school just kept nagging at me, just kept nagging at me. And I didn't feel like I was wanted, or I really, and we were young at the time too, so I just didn't, I don't know. I felt bad. I really do feel bad about that relationship. And that was in high school. That was in high school. And we went through a lot in high school. Me and my first husband, we went through a lot in high school. And I still felt like I was getting picked on. And he didn't respect me how he should. Versus if I got somebody else that didn't pick on me, what would I have felt like? Um, and to me, I thought that relationship would just leave it as that. Like, I said sorry, I did whatever I did, and I left it. And he and Frank just kept pushing it, stalking me, harassing me, gang stalking me, getting other. That's why I lost a lot of friends. That's why I thought I had friends and I didn't. And then when I got with my second husband, the harassing kept and going, and then the so-called friends kept saying, "Oh, well, where's Frank at?" To my second husband, pissing him off. Oh, and I got that stalker again. Wow, social media. So my documentary is 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 exactly what I'm trying to expose. The bulliness and the people who off themselves, who are no longer here, they still have a voice and they still need to be heard. So the people who are bullying me, I just know you are being warned, because you will do life in prison. People who are bullying on social media, they bully outside. They're the same thing outside. People who show remorse or anything outside, they not necessarily go on social media. So there's a huge difference in that. People who are on social media feed their ego. There are a lot of keyboard warriors. They don't know the outside world. They don't know what's going on. They are part of the corruption. They're part of the people who are no longer here. So the people who are no longer here as a medium psychic, there is a lot of corruption within the school board, city council, politics. This is politics. This is all politics here. Um, the the afterlife still wants to be known. They still, the children and the teenagers. That's what's sad. That's what's really sad. So there's a lot who go to school and they are spiritual. They're mediums, and then they are getting groomed by a whole society that thinks that that's not true, that's impossible, and they keep forcing this religion, this Christianity, um, down people's throats, children's throats. Well, children are trapped in religion. They can't grow like they can do in spirituality. They need the universe. And with religion, it's religion doesn't. That's what religion is not. The universe. It's not. It's a trap. It's closed. Spirituality, it it's a gateway. It's a doorway. It's an You can explore. It's endless opportunities. There's a lot of mediums and psychics. No. Let me let me backtrack that. There's not a lot of mediums and psychics. There's not a lot. The reason why I'm calling myself a medium psychic, because I can connect to the medium, I can connect to a place in between, and I'm a psychic because I can recognize the pattern and synchronicities. Let's see. Not everyone can be a psychic, because not everyone can recognize the patterns or synchronicities or predict. If you really predict, um, yeah, I can, yeah, predict. Sometimes it comes true, sometimes it's not, and sometimes it'll come true years later. Um, but it's all intuition. It's all your gut. It's also a tool to help you strengthen your third eye. But religion doesn't focus on the third eye. Religion doesn't focus on mental well-being. Religion doesn't focus on how to take care of yourself. Religion doesn't focus on family values. Religion doesn't focus on self. It focuses on pray to somebody else to get help instead of helping yourself to get help. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in the Pope. I don't believe in the church. I don't believe in that. So, let's see what else. Parents. Um, there's a group of parents who have off themselves. To teenagers right now who have lost parents. Who have lost parents. Teenagers, if you have lost a parent from suicide because of family court, they are asking you to get justice. They are asking you that if you take this route of seeking justice for your parent, there is a blessing on that side, and they will comfort you every step of the way. Yes, it's hard, yes, but if you use your pain and their pain together, you will get justice for both of you. Not only that, I promise you, if you're a teenager now and you're hurt that your parent is no longer here because they off themselves, if you still continue that connection, it will benefit your child later on. I promise you. Your child, your offspring, will have connections to your parent that had lost their life. That's what I'm trying to get at. There's a lot of hate and corruption on social media. And I'm already being trolled, I'm already being harassed, and I don't want to be here. And I am my own children for me not being here. And I want them to understand that they do need justice, and I still want justice. So if they pursue that route of getting justice for themselves, I will be here. And if they do help me, then they'll see that their own kids, that their grandkids, they'll see me in them, and it will remind them, and it will all make sense. My grandkids will make sense for my children. And then the whole generation curse, whatever, will be broken. And I'm doing this because my grandmother, I never met my grandmother, who I was named after, who I still go to the cemetery constantly to go and talk to her and visit her. Never met her. She's been with me since I was a child. So me trying to explain what I have is not schizophrenia, it's not bipolar, it's not multiple personality disorders. So whatever I have, what this documentary is going to prove and show is that these mental illness, these professionals, these universities have it wrong. And a lot of them need life in prison, and they have blood on their hands. That has a lot to do with the people, the parents and the teenagers who are no longer here. So if you're trolling me and wish nothing but the worst for me, and you do want to see me off, you will do life in prison, and you will and you have cursed your bloodline. I've done, with me being spiritual, I also consider myself a witch. And within royals, the royalty, that lineage, that whole bloodline does witchcraft. It's part of the spirituality. It's part of the 12 circles. It's part of that hero's journey. Just like if you think about it, the royals, if you're a royal, you have to learn magic. Not only that, but the military use is based on indigenous cultures. Scientology popped up, and what Scientology just popped up right now was contracts, signed paper. That's what I got. Because I am getting a lot of hate, more hate and more trolls, and I'm pretty sure some of these are bots, but I'm pretty sure I'm onto something because I'm getting more hate than before. And parents trying to one-up me, like thinking school's good and voting's good, and it's like, no, what do you, how are you throwing money at this? How, when money is the one that caused this shit? It's a pyramid scheme. The United States of America was built on genocide. It's a land of the lost. And within that, our ancestors are still here wanting justice. So people who keep trolling me, it's like, how do you not want justice for your ancestors? I mean, really. You're going to keep trolling me and telling me I'm crazy, or seek mental illness, or seek mental health, or your professional help, or take my pills. Those are the type of people who had, those are the reason why, those people are the many reasons why people off themselves. Why would you want to make someone do that? For the people trolling me on this like the healed before it was too late, like that, like that whoever is doing that has parent issues, have mommy and daddy issues, they have childhood trauma, and they see someone like me who's calling out every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry. They get mad because it's something that they couldn't do. Bitch, get inspired. Don't tear anyone down. Get inspired. Do something with your life. Don't keep pushing someone down because someone pushed you down. Just because your parent wasn't there for you doesn't mean you can push someone else down. It doesn't work that way. The dead people will always see what the living is doing. The afterlife always sees what the dead is doing. So when it's your time, you are being judged. How you die, that's your judgment day. That is your fucking judgment day. However, I'm waiting for that headshot. I'm gonna be something. Yeah, people trolling me. They're just the government. People are trolling me. They're just the government. They're no good. They're like religion. They're a thorn in a rose. They are a splinter. They are a parasite. They are bottom feeders. They don't do anything for your soul or any justice. They don't do anything. They're just there to Nicholas Tesla reminded me that when I was 12, use your anger, use your hate and twist it. But never get in too deep because you can't come back. Use it on a special occasion. Now I'm 40. Now I'm fucking 40 years old. I ain't no 12-year-old anymore. Nicholas, so when is it that the time? When is it the time? Like that darkness that he's telling me I need to hold on just a little bit longer. And within that, when I think of that, when he gives me that darkness, that it's like a pitch black. It's like a dark black. But within that, I see a purple, like a magenta almost, neon light. Not quite like a black light, more magenta, glow, neon, there in the dark with that, the thought. Which I don't know. I still trying to figure out what that color means, because I've heard it before, or the military uses that color a lot. I've seen that in blue. They use this blue and like a purple tint outside, and in certain parks too. And for whatever reason, there are certain spirits that are drawn to that kind of light. With that, there's another mom that had lost her life. She's a celebrity, Hayden Panettiere. Supposedly, she had offered herself. Now, I'm not sure if that's Hollywood talk or not, but and I've had it before. I have it on live too, I believe. Dolphins. I've been chat GPTing dolphins. And I remember when I was on the 22 freeway, and there's a street. It's between it's Magnolia and Euclid. So right in the middle, it's it's Brookhurst. Within that area, every time I get something. So when I go on that freeway, when I'm planning something, I always take in consideration whatever pops in my head at that moment in time. I I think about it. I let it marinate in my brain. And this time, um, uh, Desi Arnaz and Dolphins in Cuba popped up. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And when Desi Arnaz popped up, he's like, he's like, not me. He goes, not me, not me. Cuba, Cuba. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not, he wanted to make it clear that don't look him up anymore. Like, don't look him up. Go to Cuba, Cuba. Like, so, so then I did that. And then the dolphin thing. So I'm like, what does Cuba and dolphins have? And dolphins, I'm like, I haven't felt dolphin energy, or I haven't felt the the dolphin thing pop up for a while, and all of a sudden it popped up. I'm like, dolphin, what would that be? So then when I did the chat GPT, and then I'm like, I wonder if it's a military thing because of sonar and whatnot. And then what do you know? I got my answer from that. And then and then and then the place I'm going to just confirmed it, that I'm not going to get my help there. I'm not going to get the support I need. So it doesn't matter. All I have to do is just keep making the documentary and proving my point and having my kids, like, I want the connection with my kids. I'm really like, this is so neat. Like, I'm doing, like, my dad's no longer here. My family's dead. Like, a lot of my family's dead, yo. My dad is dead, but he's still here. He's still doing a lot of shit behind the scenes. And the fact that my mom don't want to fucking believe it or like acknowledge it and just keeps gaslighting me, it sucks. It really sucks. Because I still want to be buried with my son. And my son is buried with my dad. And I want to be buried. My mom has she has no ties to the Calvary Cemetery. She didn't even want to be with me at the end. She didn't even want to help. She didn't even want to be with my dad. So why is she gonna be buried by my dad anyways? Right? I want that spot. My mom could go back with her mom or her dad even. Split the bitch in half. Back with your mom, back with your dad. I could so do that with you. I could so do that to you, mom. I want that spot. I really want my dad's spot right there. And I feel like I belong there. I belong there. And if I don't get it, there will be hell to pay. Um, that part reminds me of when Janet Jackson died, or when Michael Jackson. I don't know why I say Janet. When Michael Jackson died, Farrah Fawcett also passed away. Farrah Fawcett was, I didn't want to be buried by her her abusive boyfriend or her husband, or ex or whatever he was. Um, but it was well known, well documented, she wanted to be buried not with him or alongside with him. And it seemed like her wishes were not granted. A lot of celebrities, when this happened, a lot of celebrities pops up, their wishes are not fulfilled. Their money, their hard-earned money wasn't going to where they're going, and a lot of celebrities that did off themselves still want to be heard. Um and the building, the Hollywood, the industry, they want the industry down. They don't wish it upon any fucking buddy, especially children and infants. Judy Garland is one of them. That's why I think Oz comes up a lot for me. She protects the children, just like Lucille Ball. Um, so if you're a medium psychic on social media, um, and you're getting paid for this, and you're literally getting paid to be an influencer, you are not helping anybody but your fucking self. You are not helping. How many homeless people, how many children need help right fucking now? Been needing help, but here you are being an influencer for views and likes and for money, when money is the evilness, and when money is the problem, when money can't you cannot, seriously, you cannot buy this type of gift. You cannot buy this mediumship, intuition, um psychic. You cannot buy this type. You have to practice on it. You have to believe in it. You have to make it work. You have to work with it. You have to study it. You have to educate yourself on it. You have to question it. These tarot readers, they need life in prison. And I'm hoping my documentary will put them fucking where they belong. Tired of their shit, tired of the fucking trolls on social media. If you're a bully in school, it's not going to go away. You're going to be it's like a cheater. Once a cheater, always a cheater. You're a bully in school, you're going to be a bully in your whole fucking life until somebody in the universe is going to slap you and wake you up. I've been bullied so much. When that shit happens, I'm looking for other people who've been bullied as well. And I do enjoy them like exploding. I do see that. I do see them exploding like a volcano. But when that happens, they make you see it. You see them become, you kind of see them shedding, and you see them grow, and then you see them turn into something. And you do see their shoulders drop and relief, and it's just like that was the release that they needed. Like, you're proud of that shit. You're proud that someone just like, fuck it, I'm gonna release all that shit. And you're proud of them. You're proud because you don't want anyone to hold in their pain. You want to let them out. So I advise anyone, go get your fucking elders, ask questions on what happened if you're in pain. I had to stop talking to my own mother for fucking 5 years as well, because I'm like, get help, do something, like move out of my in-laws' house. My in-laws don't like me, and you keep, even my sister-in-laws, they never liked me, and my mom kept trying to go with them instead of believing me. I was constantly getting bullied in that family, and the fact that my own mother didn't have my back, they loved it. They thrived on it. These fucking Mexicans. And the fact that I was indigenous, they hated that. A lot of Mexicans. And my dad warned me on this shit. My dad fucking warned me. And I did see it. But I didn't think, I was like, I was so convinced that maybe I can tell them that they're indigenous too. And no, they just love their fucking Mexican culture, which is a fucking lie. Mexicans, Hispanics, they're sellouts to me. They follow religion, they follow this They follow, that's not for them. They need to go back to their ancestors. They need to go back to their fucking roots. Find out where they fucking came from. Because they're fucking mutts. That's why the cartel and mafia, in which El Chapo Guzman, no one's questioning what happened to him in his childhood, in his fucking childhood. What happened to him in his childhood? Did anyone ask him? Everyone's fucking scared. Everyone fucking don't want to. So the way I think of it is I'm a jester, I'm a joker, I'm a clown. But I know I see a dying clown. I know a dying clown when I see one. And it's just, man, that's kind of crazy. Who was his elder? What happened to him? Who was his education? What was his education? Just like Hitler. Hitler fucking didn't do all that shit. He was being experimented on too. A lot of his elders were puppeting him. Like, I'm not making that up. It's there in history. And all I have to do is just bring it up and just like channel it, understand it, why that is, why that happened, whatnot. And then you kind of get why Indiana Jones was so like why Indiana Jones character became the character it was, or why the plots Indiana Jones, a sequel, why that played a huge role in that. Teacher, it's just like Laura Croft. It's just like that. Um, Egypt, Seven Wonders. A lot of fancy people in the 1800s, 17 something, whatnot. People who have money. Aviation. It wouldn't be possible. A lot of this shit, travel, wouldn't be possible with aviation and the technology. Even with with boats and planes, it made it possible for these richers to go to other countries and explore and then bring back whatever influence here. Aleister Crowley is an example of that. That man did all that shit. The way I look at it, he did all that shit so I didn't have to. All I have to do is acknowledge that it's there and respect it and show other people, if you pursue this, this is the door you're opening. And there is always something there. In every door you open, there's always going to be a test. There's always going to be something for you to come out of. There's always some kind of growth in it. And there will be doors to be either slammed in front of you or lock you in or lock you out. You have options and you have opportunity. You have options to either find out why it's locked or come again, or there's many ways. You just shouldn't stay at one door and wait for it to open, especially if it's slammed in your face shut. Go while that's shut in your face, go explore other doors, but still keep in mind how you're feeling, why that door shut. Are you happy, sad, mad? Are you okay? Are you accepting it that it's closed? Are you willing to pursue something else, or you're still stuck on that door? Or if you pursue another door and that door is locked, don't wait, go explore other doors first and then come back and see if that door opens, because sometimes you have to go through another door to get that door open. Like say you're on door number 2, but door number 5 is open. So you just go to door number 5 and you see something and you get inspiration, or you have a knowledge of something that it's new, and then it unlocks on door number 2. So then you go back to door number 2 and you go into door number 2 and you find all this shit and it just unlocks. It's just something for you to think about. I'm using doors as an example because that's the only thing that the spirits come to me with, doors, and I understand the doors. So I'm going to use the doors how I'm going to use what I'm going to explain to you how I process it. And that's the doors. I think that's it. I love you boys. I miss my offsprings, and this is for family court purposes only. Military use, for the police and FBI investigation, because I got nothing to hide. And for other countries too as well, to know that the United States is genocide. I'm fucking stupid. I'm a fucking retard. I barely know English, as you can tell with my fucking videos. But I'm not doing it for the views. I'm not doing it for the likes. I'm doing it for soul connection. I'm doing it for my children. And I'm doing it for the voice, for the people who are no longer here that need justice. Because, man, I'm going to need justice too. I need justice too. So I know my time is there. I know I don't want to go. It's right there. I can feel it. But man, I do miss my kids. I do miss, I hated them. I hated them going to school. I hated them going to school. I'm like, I can teach them so much better. I can give them the world. I can show them other things. I can, and I did. I did. I believe I gave them a childhood that I never got. I showed them a mother that I never had. Definitely that. I definitely thought I gave them a father that I never got to have. Um, but I can't imagine my father doing. My father would probably kill us, or even that he didn't. No. When we were little, yes, different. But my dad was fighting demons too, so that's why he still wants justice, and that's why I went back to my mom, because he's telling me that my mom has the answers. My mom has that shit, and if anything happens, I know where I'm supposed to be. I'm with my mom. I'm not out with any Tom, Dick, or Harry. I'm not out doing drugs or alcohol. Or I'm not engaging with the fucking protest fake shit outside. I'm trying to heal this shit. I'm trying to heal so I can prosper on the other side, so I can get to my kids, because I believe that that's where I need to be. So you can't stop what is meant for you. And I'm looking and I'm witnessing people stopping me from doing something that I'm supposed to be doing. This is for court purposes only, family court purposes only. Because I am not going to court. And if any of the judges see this, take this as a warning. You do have blood on your hands. for lawyers and attorneys, you all got blood on your hands. You're all going to the same fucking university. You're Epstein's employees. That's what you are. You're Epstein's employees. You're smart, but you're not. You're not smart. You are MK Ultra. You're programmed to help the system. You're not. You're no longer help for the human race. That's the way I see it. Like, in this moment in time, if you're in the justice system and you're working as a judge or a plaintiff, I mean not plaintiff, if you're working for a bailiff, or even self-help, you are part of the problem. Like, you don't see this shit, you're benefiting off of it. You're benefiting off of people hurt. You're benefiting off of the corruption. Politics is a politic game. I just know my videos are going to be here long after I am, and I know my words and my voice are going to be here long after I am. So I do have to protect myself. I don't want my words to be twisted. And I don't want this. I don't want Hollywood. I don't like Hollywood, so no one can make profit off of me. If you get inspired by me, then do right by me. But if you are going to use and abuse me and do wrong by me, then expect the consequences and expect that karma to hit you like Google. And I don't like that 10 times fold shit or 20 times fold shit. I want that fucking Google. So that's why I've been doing the whole Google shit with the protesting stuff. When I got arrested for protesting for the school district, I did Google. I was writing my spell stuff. I love you, boys. I miss you. Wherever you're in the world. Be brave, be strong, be you. You got this. Don't hold on to the hate. Let that shit go. Call them out, point it out, squash it, kill the hate. Because you love yourself so much that you don't want that shit. You boys, I love you, and I'll see you.